Shalom, this Shemot coming at you with another one, giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the elder apostles, great millstone, who rule well and teach well even unto this day. While strong shalom to you brothers, just as well as you few sisters who might be tuning in, listening, and learning. And just getting right into it, I got an article. It reads, U.S. military covered up its war crime in Syria. It says, the U.S. military tried to cover up a deadly attack on Syrian civilians that killed as many as 80 people, claiming that women and children could have been terrorist fighters, according to the New York Times investigation. It says a fighter jet dropped a bomb on a large crowd of women and children huddled against a riverbank near the town of Baghouz, and then proceeded to drop several more, killing survivors, according to the New York Times report republished on Saturday. So yeah, man, Esau was dropping bombs on a huddled pair of women and children, and then went on to proceed to drop even more bombs on the survivors, man. So the Lord is putting the spirit on this goddamn devil to just show his horns, man. Because now we see that his horns is coming out, man. They can't be, suppressed. His horns is coming out. This is book of Revelations, chapter 12 and verse 12, and it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So yeah, this devil know that he got a short time, and he making irrational moves like this. But also, this is another sign, because actually the scriptures say, because the Lord is a man of war, man. The Lord is a man of war. It's lucky. It's not it. Shit. This book of this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women, but come not near any upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. Right. So when the Lord he told his soldiers, right? He told his men, the men of the Lord, how to slay these various nations. You know what I mean? Because the scripture talk about how the Lord is a man of war. So whenever mighty men rose up and conquered nations, sometimes in small numbers, a majority of the time in small numbers, the Lord had put the spirit on them. It wasn't of themselves. So the Lord, the scriptures also talk about how the Lord teaches my hands to war, roughly paraphrasing. So even the prophets, you know what I mean, even your average boxers, like your modern day boxers, like what's this guy's name? Not Conor McGregor, but he that's a good example too. I forget the boxer's name, so I'll just use Conor McGregor for example. The Lord, even though he trained and he did what he needed to do, become a great UFC fighter, the Lord made him a great fighter, man. Ultimately, the Lord made him a great fighter. You see, that's why the scriptures say it is not a man to direct his steps, which I'm not gonna get that, because I don't want the spirit. That's still a spirit, but I got another one on my spirit. I don't want the spirit to switch like that. Because the scriptures say, Lord's will I don't lose train of thought. Oh yeah, because it says slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is a mark, and begin at my sanctuary, right? Because the scriptures say, um, this is the book of First Peter's. Excuse me. This is the book of First Peter chapter 4 and verse 18, and it says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and sinner appear? Right, because we understand that, the elect, is going to be sealed and delivered, which is the, according to the scriptures in the book of, was it Zechariah, chapter, 13 and verse 8, it tell you the percentage of Israel that's going to be delivered, and saved, you see? And it's going to be 1 out of 3 of Israel that's going to be delivered and saved, man. So when I'm gonna get this in a blue letter, what was that, verse 18? It says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, let's get this word scarcely in the etymology real quick. It says with difficulty, hardly, right, not easily, scarcely, very rarely. You see, it says very rarely. It says hardly, with difficulty. You see, it says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, because you know how many troubles the righteous is gonna have to go through if and going through right now, as the elect is being sealed. Shit, we still got a lot more prophecies. Well, these prophecies coming to pass. Most of them, already came to fruition. But, we still got a lot more troubles to come. Jacob's trouble Jacob's trouble is what's to come, man. The scriptures say, woe unto them that desire the day of the Lord. Shit, that even goes for us because, brothers going to catch hell, man. But we understand it's going to be closer and closer until the coming of our Lord Yahushua. So we going to rejoice even more. But it says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? You see, so where's the ungodly, the 2/3 gonna appear if the righteous shall be scarcely saved, man? Brothers gonna be put to death for this truth's sake. That's scarcely being saved, man. Brothers gonna be ousted from society and have to deal with the wilderness or whatever. That's scarcely being saved, man. But under mercy, you see, that's the right way. To be sealed either way it go, man. Or to be delivered either way it go. It says, where shall the ungodly and sinner appear, man? And, and I got this because, like we just read, in the scriptures, what chapter was that? In the book of Ezekiel, yeah. So Ezekiel 9. In verse 6, and it says, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary, because the Lord said, begin at my sanctuary. You see, it says, well, actually, yeah, that's a good precept, but it's really another precept I wanted. Yep, this is it right here. 4 verse 17. I just needed to go a verse up. This book of First Peter chapter 4 verse 17. It says, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right? The Lord said, begin at my sanctuary, right? It says, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Shem Yahushua? Starting with these 2/3, man, but also even the heathens. But really the point I wanted to get at was these 2/3, man. Because a lot of these women think they innocent. A lot of these women think that they won't partake in the destruction that Yahweh Shemel Shah and the wrath that Yahweh Shemel Shah is going to bring upon this place. They think that they invisible to the Lord's judgment. You see, the same thing with a lot of these little badass kids, man. And most of our men, man. Most of the men in the nation of Israel. You so-called blacks, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, man. So-called, man. A lot of you. You see, the Lord has said, begin at my sanctuary to slaying them, man. You know? So the Lord just killed, a lot of, and these could have been Jakes too, so some of these could have been Jakes. You know, the Lord just killed, like, what was it, 80 women and children? Put the spirit on Esau to come through with a fighter jet and kill 80 women and children that was hiding with bombs. Shit, what more? Cause like we just read, the Lord is gonna be getting in His sanctuary, man. So you women ain't even children and babies ain't invisible to the Lord's judgment. You ain't you know uh uh far from what the wrath that the Lord is about to bring upon this goddamn place, man. You know. So yeah, man, it's really time to get right. But we know, the percentage that's gonna get right. You see. But hey man, that's some real scary shit, man. That the Lord got a spirit of death on the earth like that going on currently, in the moment as we speak. Around the earth. You see? But yeah, man. Call out about Shemiah Shah. We almost out of here at the Wadi about Shemiah Shah for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Brakataya Hawa, Brakataya Shai, Brakataya Hawa, Brakataya Shai, Brakataya Hawa, Brakataya Shai. Once again, that one to the elder apostle great millstone. Lord, one this